Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with something new for me. Off the board with Pineapple Papers is a monthly hop where they pull a pin from their Pinterest board and let it inspire them. And here is the one that I pulled, and it actually was the very first thing when I opened my Pinterest. I don't even know if this is a pin I had saved, but I saw it and this colored pattern really jumped out at me. I do love anything green or green blue, and so this minty color was just fabulous. So I decided to use this Abandoned Coral by Tim Holtz Distress Ink. And then I also have this Tattered Rose that I'm going to use, and that is a Distress Crayon by Tim Holtz. And then I have this piece of peachy colored cardstock matte stack. And then I have these three papers right here that are two are scraps, and then that one that is like mint colored is a full 12 by 12, and that came from a color box mixed media. And then I have two different papers that I'm debating on matting it on. One is this Maggie Holmes Garden Party plaid with gray and white plaid, and the other is this Coordinations gray, different shades of gray stripe. And I'm going to build my top layer before I determine which one of those I want to be my base page, because I'm not 100% sure. Because I like them both, and I'm looking for gray, and I didn't have a solid, which is good because I like using the patterns. And then I have this picture of our first college visit when my daughter was about to graduate from high school. She did not end up going to this school, henceforth why I'm fine sharing this information on the internet. So it's me and my mom and my daughter in the middle. So I've got my papers, my mixed media, this picture I adore, and this pin to inspire me. So let's just see how this goes. So I will say that I really took this pin to heart in more ways than one. So I started with using the Abandoned Coral and just doing the packaging, I almost said routine technique. And I just put a little, and I was thinking, oh, it's not that dark, because this paper, of course, is just seeping right into it because it's just a super thin, not even cardstock paper. So I just keep adding, and I thought, well, I'll just keep adding until I'm comfortable with how dark and how much saturation there is in the paper. And so then, like in the top corner of my pin with the spilled nail polish is what it looks like to me, I decide to spill my Abandoned Coral all over my desk. And I do leave in some of that. You're going to see right there, I've moved it out of my way, and now these big blobs of it are coming because there's a puddle right in front of where I am. And of course I'm flipping it around everywhere. I have made a god-awful mess, you all. It was everywhere. So I take that black paper that I had and I just put it down in the paper so that I can pull some of this extra ink. And then I took this paper with text print on it and did a little bit of splattery, smattery dripping with that. So I love the way that it looks. I wish I hadn't lost like a third of the bottle to get there, but I put a couple other papers that I can use in the future down to get some of that ink. But yeah, I really took this Pinterest to heart and like went over and above, you all. I think I should get bonus points for that. And I guess I'll be buying myself a new bottle of Abandoned Coral because I'm down to about a third of a bottle. So I put my picture, I didn't trim it down at all. I left it as a 4x6, put it right in the middle of this 4.5 by 6.5 matte stack paper. And then I'm just going to put that almost centered in the middle of this black paper. I do trim a little off because I didn't want a huge border and I wanted it to be kind of even on the sides. I'm not super particular for the most part about it being like 1/8 of an inch here, 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 and here. I kind of just eyeball things. And I am using some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive because it's on mixed media. Lots of it in places. And you can see, of course, all this paper is super thin, so it is seeping through. But I did take a paper towel and dab all of it so none of it was super wet and going to get on my picture or get on my desk again. And then I just mat it on this the little grid paper that's got text print on it. I love text print. It is so fun, and I really just love the way that it looks on a layout. So I use some Nuvo Deluxe on here as well, since it's also going down on there. And then I put it in the bottom corner. At this point, my paper is 12 by 12. I have not done anything with it, but I am about to fix that now. So I just tear. And this is another thing that I have just recently in the last year or so started doing. I'm trying not to put my hand down on the picture just in case I have any wet paint on my hands, which wouldn't be surprising because, oh my God, I mean, it was everywhere. Everywhere I looked, it's on my dress that I'm wearing. Luckily, it's my lounge around the house dress. It was dripping through part of my desk because it's got a little lip on it because it's an art desk, and it was just a mess. I don't think I got it on the carpet, knock on wood, but it's everywhere else. All right, so now that I'm done with that part, I'm going to put it against these two papers, the Coordination and this Maggie Holmes Garden Party. And the back of this Maggie Holmes Garden Party is like a blue cabin with a tree, and it's kind of strange. So I do like the way that it looks on this Garden Party paper. And so I put it on there, and then I trim off the top. And this is the Gingham Groove, or Gingham Grove is what this paper is. So then I took the tattered rose to that scrap piece of that text print paper, and all that's really left are the little grid lines. So I take the tattered rose crayon, and I just color a big space because I'm wanting to change the color a little bit of that paper so it's not exactly the same as what I've matted my picture on. And then I take some of my abandoned coral and tap it out. And of course, when I pick it up, it's all over the bottle. So I was originally dripping some of it on there with my hand. So I get that on there. I pat it out so it dries. And then I take some water to it and move it around. And knowing that this is going to be super tacky and thin because it is still a little wet from the water, as well as the fact that it is super thin paper, I knew that it was going to cause this textured worn look, and that was what I really was wanting. So I've cut 4 circles with my Creative Memories circle punch. 2 of them are the larger circle, which I think is 1.5, and then the other one is a 1-inch circle. And I just get that down and put them in a couple of places, one at the bottom right and one at the top left. And I plan on doing some embellishing there. So I love the way they look because they're, like I said, not the same color as what's on there, but they have that same little drops of that same color. And so then I get these butterflies. Now in this video, that butterfly I just put down looks more orange, but it is definitely peachy, and it's got some gold in it, and a black background. And they're from Crafter's Square. And then the one at the top has a little bit of blue, which is not in the layout, except in that Berea College sign. And then also it's, minty green. So then I pull out this set of thickers. I looked at a few different sets of thickers, and I ended up pulling out the captured ones because there's some peachy colored little words in there, and little triangles. And I put those in these 2 little spaces, almost finishing out where this paper has ended, because it was just a scrap and I didn't have a full paper, which is fine. I don't mind having those different layers like that. But I put those there, kind of ends those little straight lines. And then I'm going to take this little word. Well, okay, so I'm going to put the title on, and I'm going to title it Today. And I do put Nuvo Deluxe on there. Mostly because it's going down right on top of that media, and I don't want it to come off, obviously. So I just ink that up, and I line it up at the top on the top of that black paper, and it's just going to say, like I said, Today. And then I have another little word phrase that says always, and I just put that over there at the bottom right corner, coming off of the little circle, and not on the picture but right near it. And then I have this really neat little bunting thing that came from that same collection. And I'm going to decorate over here next to on the left side of this picture, because I'm really wanting just to bring the focus 100% right here to the picture. So I'm pretty much just framing everything there. So then I get my Ranger enamel accents in black tie and just put 3 little very discreet, very small polka dots in right by both of the butterflies and then up on the right side of the title. And they're really small and they kind of blend in with what's already on the page because of the distressing on that paper. But I really think it just gives you just enough of that black to tie in the paper as well as the butterfly background. And then that's it. So I'm going to remind you of my pen. Look, see that spilled like paint or nail polish? Yeah, I really, really took that to heart, you all. I mean, over and above. I'm working over and above on this. My very first off the board, and I just really knocked it out of the park. Oh, gosh. Anywho, my hands will probably be stained peach abandoned coral for a long, long time. I hope you'll go below and follow all the different people who are hopping along with Off the Board. And starting July 1, we will be doing Off the Board every day. I am super excited. I hope you will join me later for the Best of 30 Days of Sketches Day 29. And I may have another video today with just a short description of what it is that I am wanting to do in July as a special thing that is really speaking to my heart. And that's it. I hope you all have a great day and happy scrapping.